What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Make It Make Sense. I'm your host, Bottles and Beers. Today, we're going to be talking about a few fragrances in my collection that will help elevate your game with a little more style, class. It's good for office setting and all types of weather. If you think you'll like this content, stay tuned. Hit the like, subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Let's get going. All right, first up, from the house of BDK, we have Oud Operat. Oud Operat. Now this one here opens up slightly fresh. It actually gives off the Tom Ford Oud Wood style. It has that DNA, not to be confused with it smelling the same or a clone or anything, but it do give that feeling. In fact, it has this dusty accord to it with the oud, the way that they balance it out in it. It definitely gives off that style, but it's a little more balsamic than that. It has more of a leathery type feel, with oud wood. That's more of a dry type of feel. It kind of sit close to the skin, don't project as well. BDK is a little different than that. In fact, me personally, I kind of choose this one over the oud wood just for how aromatic it is. It is a warm, spicy type of scent. Again, it's kind of wrapped up in this leathery type feel. It has a slight freshness to it, also slightly sweet. I think the sweetness comes from like a geranium. It's not candy sweet, but it's like a oud sweetness wrapped up in geranium, if that makes sense. Again, from the house of BDK, we have Oud Operat. All right, guys. Coming up next, from the house of Roja Parfums, we have Danger. Danger is one of those, kind of a funny story with this one. I actually bought this by accident, trying to purchase Creation E or Enigma from the same house, Raja, and due to the color, somehow I end up purchasing the wrong one. With that being said, I end up keeping this fragrance just because of the classiness that it brought out. It was a much more upscale, but it tends to lean towards a more older demographic. The way that the oak moss, the vetiver, the woods, the dark type of sweetness that this one has, it's definitely meant for the older crowd, but I tend to actually like this one for certain settings that I'm around, on how I want to carry myself, how I want to be presented, or to anyone else. This one comes off very sensual, but very elegant, very classy. Definitely made for the winter, fall type seasons, but you can get away with it actually in any season if dressed appropriately. Check it out from the house of Raja Parfums. I think you might like this one. Danger. All right, coming up next, from the house of Arman Jane, we have Arman Man. Now this one here, this definitely one of the most classiest everyday signature scents that you can find today. This one sort of new in my collection, actually very new to my collection, but it already stands out and made a place. It's made its mark, should I say. You get this very woody, very green, slightly citrusy type scent, but the way it was put together is top tier. Let's see. So right away, you get hit with this blast of, I want to say bergamot, and it just flows into this very woody, spicy, very aromatic, but calming. It has a calming feel to it, and it has a strange, sharp note in it. I believe comes from the black hemlock that's in this, mixed with the juniper berries, that gives it a more crisp, refreshing type of feel. Again, very, very green, woody, piney type of feel also. This is class in the bottle, guys. One of the best any to do type of scent. Whatever you're doing for the day, whether it's professional, whether it's a hobby, whether it's work, date, chores, all seasons. This is one of the best you can find. Very versatile, but very classy. One of the most classiest fragrances in my collection. Again, from the house of Arman Jane, we have Arman Man. All right, coming up next from the house of Lalique, we have Encre Noir Al Extreme. All right, first off, for some reason, there's something about these bottles that I love. Just that presentation alone, I don't know, just does well. It works for me. But this one, guys, this one of those ones that the price point don't match the actual quality. You can get these at discounters at a very good, affordable price. But when I tell you the quality in this, it just don't add up. I mean, this one of those ones that definitely more dressier styles, very, very inky type of feel. The different kinds of vetiver that they have in this, I believe it's Haitian vetiver, and it's a very clean vetiver that they use also, but it still keeps its earthiness, wrapped in a very nice, gorgeous patchouli. The patchouli in this one comes off a little cakey to me, like a chocolate cake. I believe they have that listed in the base notes, but I tend to get the patchouli right off the top. I believe you have some bergamot in here, but it's a very green type of feel, but such an elegant, classy feel to it. Again, very inky, but earthy at the same time. It's rounded and perfumed in a perfect, very perfect, distinctive type way. If you are hip to Encre Noir, you know, you have the different flankers. You have the Sport, which I do have that one. I don't have the original. I heard that one was kind of hard to wear, but I know the Sport is a very clean, easy gym type of scent. Something you could wear going to the grocery store or something like that, but very clean and fresh. This one, not as fresh. Now, there's a freshness to it, but this one more so is made just to step the class up a little bit. More dressier type style. Again, from the house of Lalique, we got Encre Noir Al Extreme. Definitely get your nose on this. One of the best you can find, especially for the price. Man. All right. Coming up next, from the house of Fragrance Dubois, we got Milano. Milano. This one, top tier, man. This is, if you know anything about Fragrance Dubois, you'll know that they do some of the best perfumery in the game, hands down. Right off the jump of pretty much all their fragrances, you can tell the amount of quality that they put in their product. With this one, you get this soft, warm, spicy, but leathery style scent. Very balsamic. Right off the jump, it tends to come off a tad bit sharp in the beginning, but I mean, after a few seconds, it just rounds off to this very gorgeous type, leathery, silky, very fruity style of DNA. When I say it's one of the most noticeable fragrances that would definitely turn heads. This one's gonna turn heads, guys, just because of the quality. That sillage that's going to come along with this, that scent trail that you're going to leave just by walking past someone, is definitely going to be intriguing enough to probably garner some compliments, or at the minimum get someone to ask exactly what it is you're wearing. By far one of the more higher quality fragrances in my collection, even down to the presentation. Just off the presentation, it kind of gives you the hint of what to expect when getting your nose on this one. Again, you get this gorgeous fruity accord, some bergamot. Oh man, you definitely get some woods also. Maybe a little bit of incense in here, geranium, I believe, but that leathery, soft style that dries down to this slight powdery feel. I believe it's from not iris, but some type of supplement, or maybe from the orris plant, that gives it that powdery type style feel. But nonetheless, it's definitely a unisex fragrance. I mean, right down the middle, man or female can wear this any season, any occasion. Now, I wouldn't wear this going like to the junkyard or nothing like that, but oh man, definitely get your nose on this one. This would not let you down. Again, we talked about classy, elegant style fragrances, top tier. This got to go on the list. There's no way to leave anything, quite frankly, from the house of Fragrance Du Bois off the list. But again, if you can't get your nose on this, you got Milano. All right, last but not least, coming up on this list, we have Dior Homme 2020. Now, let's be honest, I had to put this on the list. There's no way that I could have not put this on the list, considering how just everyday class comes across. When you think of classy, elegant fragrances, a lot of times you think is more for an upscale type of dress style. This one, by far, this is elegance in a bottle for any time, no matter what you're wearing, actually. And I believe that has a lot to do with what class means, no matter what I choose to put on today, what exactly I'm doing, what kind of environment I'm doing. When you come off with this type of scent, the scent trail from this, automatic class. That's the first thing you could think. Very woody, creamy sandalwood, I believe some cedarwood also, in the typical Dior fashion, but not, of course, not like the original Dior or the Dior Parfums or anything like that, or Intense for that matter. The iris was taken out. But even though the iris was taken out, it did kind of completely change the Dior style, but nonetheless, it's still brilliantly put together. They kept the softness of the woods in this. The softness of the woods, the texture of it, along the way it just lays close to the skin, the way it comes across. Very classy, very elegant. Again, from the house of Dior, this one don't need no introduction. You have Dior Homme 2020. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap this one up. I hope you all enjoyed this content. Again, if you can, take the time to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and definitely hit that notification, let you know when more videos is coming up. Again, I'm your host, Bottles and Beers. It's been my pleasure. Keep tuned in to the channel.